yeah, we did it. We did it.
I was honest with this client. I said, hey, I had never cut the tile to put the white box in the wall. He had faith in me. Now, when I first got there, I was like, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do this. Don't forget, we got the best deal in town on TVs and you get a discount on the install. We're gonna wrap the fireplace up and then mark where the mount needs to sit. This one has two mounts that need to be 17 inches apart. So we'll line up the middle of that tile with 8.5 and then mark both of our other numbers. We got 34.75. 34.75 on that side, yes sir. In order to center this perfectly, I'm not gonna be able to catch studs, so we're gonna have 3 locations where we have toggle bolts. Same exact thing for the right side. Once we get these marked, we can start with our tile bit. Me personally, I like to start the hole with a good speed. That way the bit, oh my God, that don't sound right. That way the bit doesn't kick around on you. And then you also wanna keep the bit moist. That's what destroys these bits. Now, when you get through, you're gonna see like this white stuff shoot out. Oh my God, this is not, I'm not doing this on purpose, y'all. I promise. See the white stuff? We're using 6 1/4 toggle bolts on this install. I think each toggle bolt holds like 225 pounds on drywall alone. Now, if you're using a full motion mount, I would never use just toggle bolts. Another thing is I always thread my toggles first. I get the screw started first before we drill everything in. I already know I'm gonna get comments from people like, oh, I would have put a 2x4. Listen, nobody asked you what you would have done, okay? I didn't ask for all that. Between the edge of that tile and the mount is 2.5 inches, so I want to check on this right side just to make sure everything lines up correctly before it gets drilled in. Mounts installed. Before we trace the white box, we need to remove this right here, and we need to take out that outlet on the right side. I got 2 options here. I can put the white box closer to the left side or the right side, but when I take the outlet out, I'm gonna see which way the wires are running. That's gonna tell me how much play I have with that junction box. I'm gonna end up going closer to the right just because of the way those wires are ran. It's one going each way. Now, y'all know if it ain't Milwaukee, I ain't touching it. I put this part on here because I wanted to show y'all I had never done this before. Now, the blade that we're using is a 4.5 inch rigid diamond something. I did no research. I didn't know how to put the blade on. I thought this little thing was supposed to lock the blade in place. All that was wrong. Even though I'm super prideful, shout out to YouTube. This is when shit got real. When I put the gloves on, I felt like OJ. Got the respirator mask on. Let's start cutting. It really wasn't that bad. When I first started, I wasn't going that deep, giggity. But once I got the hang of it, I was like, okay. But the only thing was, I was like, damn, that's a lot of dust. Which I'm sure y'all gonna bully me about. But I was like, you know what? Let's get these couches out the way because I can't afford none of this. I have no idea if I was supposed to use this blade wet or dry, but we gonna figure it out. The one thing that I did do, I did see the blade was rated for like 13,000 RPMs and the tool is like right at 12,000. So I did check that part. I will say this, I think cutting the tile is easier than making the holes to put the mount up. I will say that. Damn. All right, let me stop playing. So I thought I was good. I tried to pry the tile off, didn't work. So what we're gonna do is just go back over all the edges. I think that was the only thing that I didn't do right the first time. So once we went over the edges, boom, the tile pulled right out. Pause. Blocking was put there for a TV. I need to move that outlet out the way before we can start cutting this. Luckily, the homeowner did show me a picture of the framing of the house, so I knew that this was gonna be there. All right, it's the moment of truth right here. Let's see what we got.
Oh, yeah, we did it. We did it. Oh, hip thrust left. Hip thrust right. Oh, hip thrust left. Oh, hip thrust right.
I was like, if you tell anybody what you just saw.
I knew I could do this. I knew I could do this.
I normally don't be that hyped up, but this is something I've really been looking forward to doing. All right, I damaged the old box, so we're going to add a new one, put the outlet in there, and then we're going to add that to the white box. I don't know if y'all noticed, but every time I cut for this white box, I always cut like an inch extra. That way there's room once you put the outlet in there. I did forget to put the Ethernet cables in there, but I knocked out the side of the box, and then we can just push them through from there. These tabs are going to secure the box to the wall. Now, after doing this one time, I've realized that this dust is a lot. So I started with some regular solution first, and then we're going to go back over that with some more high-quality H2O. I got to give a shout out to the client for trusting us with something like this. And I was honest. I told him, I said, hey, I've never done that, but I think I can make it happen. And they were like, hey, we seen your other work. We trust you. So I was like, y'all trust me. So I appreciate y'all. Don't forget, I got a link in my bio with the link to all the tools that we use. We got a link to the white box that we sell. And we have a link to all the TVs that we have available for purchase. My goal is to be a little cheaper than everybody else. And you guys get a discount on the install as well. Look at that. That came out so good. Again, shout out to the client for trusting us with this. This is something I've been wanting to try for a little while. A little nervous at first, but I think it went pretty smooth. Now, if y'all need something like this, you know where to go. Oh shit, I was talking for like 5 minutes. Oh, it's still recording. Oh, hey, y'all, so I did go back over there and clean the top of the fireplace with the ladder because I did see some dust up there. The step stool I had wasn't tall enough. Now, in just a second, you'll see that spot on the right side of the fireplace where it wasn't even. You can see me run my hand against the tile and it got stuck. So that's the only reason why that side on the right stuck a little bit off the fireplace. Oh, I got some bloopers for y'all too. Here they go.
Oh, we got plenty. This window's so big too, Paul. So the window's so. I literally said the window's so big. It usually just gets stuck in there. Just saying, that's what happened.
What?
It's the top. Johnny don't do it enough, Paul. I'm sorry, that was awful. I can't come back from that. I'm sorry. Oh, it was last year.
That was him. I ain't trying to fuck up the church's money. That's what I ain't got. I know it's gonna be some people that come to me. You gotta do this. You gotta fuck off. Let me have my moment.